What up, everybody? I was in the middle of editing my next new video review, and this happened. I think this just happened the past couple of hours, and it's just sad and horrendous, man. The fact that this actually did take place. Holy crap! So a cinematographer, director of photography, had died on the set of Alec Baldwin's new movie set Rust. Um, So it says here on Deadline tweet, a principal cast member cocked a gun during a rehearsal, unaware if there were live rounds in it, hitting two people, a man and a woman. And then the update, it says that apparently the woman is Halyna Hutchins, and she is the director of photography, and she got hit by that bullet, and she died not long after being transported to a hospital in Albuquerque. Alec Baldwin discharged prop gun. Um, so that's why Brandon Lee is currently trending. I was eating and I was editing at the same time, trying to multitask, and I let me check on Twitter what's going on right now. And Brandon Lee was trending. I was like, why is Brandon Lee trending? I mean, I don't think today is Brandon Lee's birthday. Um, Not that I remember. It's like Brandon Lee, if you recall, is or was Bruce Lee's son, who starred in the Crow movie, and he got killed on the set of the Crow. Um, in similar fashion, it was a prop gun, but I think there's some slight difference, and we'll get to that detail. And somebody might have already mentioned the detail here. Oh, here it is. Liz says same way that Brandon Lee died while they were filming The Crow. Also, John Eric Huxham. Now, John Eric Huxham. If you guys don't remember, I'm old. I'm sorry, I'm old. I watched a lot of reruns of '80s shows when I was a kid growing up in the '90s. John Eric Huxham is the star of the series called Voyagers. Um, this was like a late '70s, early '80s show, and it's a time travel show. It's fantastic, but it's only like short lived. And then John Eric Hexum was supposed to be like this next big star, because he's handsome, he's got that star quality to him. But he was handling a gun on the set of his movie, The Cover Up, and he was not careful, and I think he got shot, or maybe somebody else or crew member also shot him. We'll get to that detail as well, but I think let's get to Brandon Lee first. Brandon Lee, I think, not quite in the similar fashion. I think there's some sort of here you go. Let's go to here. There's a difference between what happened today. um yeah, I think with Brandon Lee, as you can see here, it seems that he was filming a scene. So, and oh, holy crap. And the actors that he was working with on that scene was supposed to shoot him, and they didn't know that the gun was loaded with live rounds. I think that was the case, as opposed to what happened today uh, on the set of Alec Baldwin's movie. It seems that they were not shooting a scene. Somebody was just like mishandling the gun, and then it just fired off, and then it hit the cinematographer. Um, there you go. There you go. On March 31, 1993, I was only 10 years old. So I only have like very, little recollection of what happened here. I might have seen it on the news, but that's about it. When I was 10 years old. While filming The Crow, Lee was accidentally wounded on the set by defective blank ammunition and later died in the hospital during surgery. So that's why Brandon Lee was trending today. But I think, where is that? I think he was in the middle of shooting a scene, and then the bad guys, or the people that he's supposed to fight, they were supposed to shoot him, and they didn't know that the gun was loaded, I believe. there's the details of what happened today are still surfacing, so we don't know exactly who the person is who was handling the prop gun and who discharged that prop gun and why there were live rounds in that prop gun. Um, but yeah, Lexi probably needs a nap here. Gross negligence on the part of many people. Correct, Lexi. It just, guys, you got to be careful about these things, man. You got to be careful. It's just when you're, and I'm not a filmmaker, right? I've never been on the set. I've never had, but I've been on a gun range. I've done my few live shots, if you will, whatever you will call it. Um, and that thing has a kick to it. I use my friend's revolver. Is it revolver that you call it? Um, and it was, that was my first time handling a gun. It was like I kept getting jumpy. Like I of course I missed the target because I was a noob. But man, whether it be like fake prop gun or real one, those things are not supposed to be. You can't take it easy on them. You gotta be serious when there is anything that remotely looks like a gun on the in your vicinity. You gotta really pay attention to it. It's like, oh, I don't care if it's like, no, it's a toy, it's a fake gun. Still, please, don't you gotta really pay attention to it. You gotta be serious about it. Whatever it is. So I feel really, really awful because I look up this cinematographer's IMDb, Halyna Hutchins, and she looks like she's still like a rising. Well, if she's an actress, she would be called a rising star. Like she's up and coming, if you will, and she's got a few resume under her belt. I mean, my goodness, man, she could have become uh like the next Alina Hutchins. There you go. Sorry, I get mistaken. She could have been the next Roger Deakins. You know what I'm saying? She could have been the next somebody big in terms of DP. Oh, here's it. Okay, so yeah, she's only been around since 2012. Look at that. She had been doing a lot of short films for the past decade, mostly, and then a few independent feature films. And then Russ is supposed to be like, her big deal, right? Alec Baldwin movie, you know what I'm saying? And Travis Fimmel's in it. Jensen Ackles is in it. These are big names. Big names. Francis Fisher. So after this past decade of like, earning her stripes in the short film circuit, what have you, and I was like, Russ, man, holy crap, dude, gone too soon. You know what I'm saying? Gone too soon. It seems unfair. Um, let's see here. Bad seat. Actor killed by prop gun in film. The Crow and that guy from Grease 2. Grease 2. Yeah. Now I forget about that one. Let's look that up. Steve B says a music video in Australia. An actor was killed by a blank round. Could be the case here. That could be. The details on what happened today. Like I said, are still surfacing. Deadline is still updating their stuff. As the updates roll in. Of course, the name of the victim just popped in like 34 minutes ago. Halyna Hutchins. Um, and Deadline also made another update. It says the set is in Albuquerque, not wherever they mentioned earlier. So continue the Deadline. What the? I don't like. I don't want ad. Stop giving me ad. Ay ay ay. Okay. Okay. Holy smokes, guys! Did you see this? Look at this. It's Alec Baldwin who was holding the gun. I thought it was some other, member of the crew, like fellow crew member. That's what I read. Apparently, the crew member they're mentioning is the DP, obviously, and the guy holding the gun was Alec Baldwin. What the heck? What the? Whoa, dude! It's not just some guy, yo. It's Alec Baldwin. At least according to this. I mean, if there are upcoming updates that refuted or debunked this, um, I mean, I'm open to any updates. But right now, at this moment, Deadline says it's Alec Baldwin who was holding the prop gun that misfired, striking Halyna Hutchins and director Joe Souza, the director of Rust. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm if this is the case, if Alec Baldwin did do this, then I'm curious to know what is the context. What were they doing at that time? What was Alec Baldwin doing at the time that led to this? You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, when it comes to Brandon Lee, I believe he was, in a scene, in the zone, and then his fellow actors, whatever, the bad guys that he was fighting in that action movie, The Crow, happened to be holding a gun that apparently, had some live rounds in it. I don't know if this is in the middle of shooting a scene with Alec Baldwin, because and like the DP and the director are usually, now correct me if I'm wrong, but they're usually sitting or standing, whatever, next to each other, right? Like they're always next to each other, director and DP, correct? So what? Alec Baldwin was just like holding the gun at their direction, like holding the gun, to their direction, like aiming at them. This is so crazy. I don't get it. I don't get this. This is insane. Wow. Wow. Alec Baldwin was the one holding the gun that misfired and killed Hutchins. Halyna Hutchins. That's right. It also has Jensen Ackles. So there are some big names in this movie. Look at this: Travis Fimmel, Jensen Ackles, Alec Baldwin, Francis Fisher, and this is Halyna Hutchins, cinematographer who died. This is like her big break, dude. After making a lot of short films. Look at that. She started in 2012. She's pretty fresh in the business. I mean, like, now we'll never know if she's gonna be like she. I mean, she could have become the next Roger Deakins, but we'll never know. Um, Brandon Lee, they scream on film sets for safety. It's just that it's devastating when these things happen, because you at least for me, I always assume that when you are on an action movie set or movie set that would have or would feature guns, that they would have some sort of like a safety coordinator, somebody who's assigned or who's hired to check and double check everything before those prop guns are used. You know what I'm saying? Like that's his job or her job. And so I'm wondering what went wrong, who's to blame, whose fault is this? Why was there nobody checking or double checking that before Alec Baldwin was handling it? And also, what was Alec Baldwin doing in that context? Why was he, holding the gun at the direction of the DP and the director? You know, so many questions unanswered at the moment. But what's for sure is that unfortunately one person had died. Um, at least that's what that Deadline Hollywood reported. We don't know the current condition of the director. His name is Joel Souza. Apparently, he also got shot. We don't know if he's in a critical condition or whatnot. We don't know. But Halyna Hutchins has passed away. Oh, here it is. Alan Morlock says, in the case of Brandon Lee, a fragment of previously spent blank was lodged in the barrel and was shot out when another blank was fired. Okay, so those are the details that are important. Obviously, they were shooting a scene, but these are the details that apparently the gun that the other actors or the co-actors or the co-stars were holding and aiming at they were aiming at Brandon Lee. Apparently, there's a fragment of previously spent black lodged in the barrel. Um, Again, I think the blame is on whoever's in charge of checking and double checking those stuff before those stuff are supposed to be used in the scene. Um, but man, accidents like this should not have happened. It should not have happened. These are what you would consider preventable accidents. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you could just like really be cautious, be extra safe, these things should not have happened. Most definitely. Oh, T3 Medias, like a quality insurance quality control specialist. Yes, something like that. I don't know the exact name of the job, but somebody is usually there to check and double check that kind of stuff. The safety, the prop guns. Every single time, before they shoot a scene, that guy or that woman would jump in and is like, okay, let me do another round of safety check. Um, but it's very true on the set of The Crow. Exactly. Baldwin was stuck. Let's see. Baldwin stuck. I don't know if Baldwin was stuck. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, Deadline reported it was. Look at this. Can you see it? Alec Baldwin was holding the prop gun that misfired. So it's not some stuntman. It's not some extra in the background. It's not some like third lead, whatever. It's the star himself. Alec Baldwin was holding the gun. That I mean, like I'm sure it. He didn't mean it. Um, and I could imagine him feeling very bad right now. I would be if I were him. I'd be like beating myself up. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, whoa, I can't believe I did that. That's horrible. Um, T3 Medias, are we talking about prop handgun or prop machine gun? How did multiple people go get hurt? A good question. Another good question. We don't know. Those details are not available yet. Um, it only goes so far as this. Alec Baldwin was holding a prop gun that misfired, striking DP Halyna Hutchins and director Joel Souza. We don't know the situation on Joel Souza yet at the moment, but unfortunately, Halyna Hutchins has passed away. And as you could see here, she's very fresh in the business. She's only been around for the past decade, since 2012, you guys. She's been doing a lot of short films. Russ is like her big break. And I'm like, that's devastating, y'all. That's devastating. There's not a lot of, I don't think there's when it comes to cinematographers, this is her, by the way. I got her a screenshot uh, of her image. I don't think there's a lot of prominent female cinematographers out there. Um, and you always champion who might become the next big deal. Um, so it's sad when you hear somebody like this who seems promising die too soon, gone too early. Um, how does a prop gun kill? Well, there's apparently there's multiple ways on how a prop gun kills. Like Alan Morlock reminded us here when it comes to Brandon Lee, who died on the set of The Crow. Alan says a fragment of previously spent blank was lodged in the barrel and was shot out when another blank was fired. I'm not a gun expert. I've only been to a gun range once using my friend's gun because I was invited. So I'm not an expert by any shot of imagination. I was 10 years old when Brandon Lee got killed on the set. I remember vaguely about when it happened on the news. Um, but to my understanding is that he was shooting a scene, and the co-star shot a gun at him because that's the scene, and according to Alan Morlock, there's a fragment of previously spent black launched in the barrel and got shot out when another blank was fired, and then it hit Brandon Lee and he died. I think he died in the hospital just like Halyna Hutchins did. Um, Bill Not Binary brought up a good point. If the gun could fire, it was not an effing prop. Good point. And why would there be a live ammo on the set? That another good question. So many questions, right? So many unanswered questions right now. What is a live round bullets? What are live rounds bullets doing on the set of Alec Baldwin's movie? Like for reals, man, for reals. I don't get it. But then again, it might not be the case of a live round. Maybe it's the same case as Brandon Lee. Those details are not available yet. Um, oh, we got a troll here. Bama. Okay, troll, go away. Okay, there you go. Chat M says, "Oh no, that's terrible." Yes, that is terrible, my friend. It is really, really unbelievable. Um, T3 Medias, I don't know if you're available for a collab right now, but I'd love to link up with you right now and talk to you about this one. Sure, sure. I mean, I guess I'll be done with my live streams soon, and just hit me up on a Twitter DM. And I don't know how that works. Let me know. Give me the instruction, and we'll do it. Um, Chat after Brandon Lee, you would think they would learn from that mistake. Right, right, right. But apparently they haven't. They, as in Hollywood. Um, and you know what, Chad? It's been 27 years since Brandon Lee. So an argument can be made that maybe Hollywood, um, after 27 years, they're like, yeah, there hasn't been anything happening like that. So they let their guard down. They're not strict on their safety anymore, and they think it's gonna be just dandy. Because it has been happening like that for a while, and bam, so you can't be letting your guard down like that, man. You gotta always, when you're handling a gun on the set, and like I said earlier, even like fake gun or prop gun, don't um don't belittle it. Don't think that because it's a fake or prop gun that nothing's gonna happen. No, you dude, pay attention, be serious about it, because you never know. And it's not a toy. It's not something that you should just play around with. So there's a lot of factors that go into this, and I think what I want to know, as I mentioned earlier, who is in charge of the quality control, the safety control on the set of this movie set? Russ, because he or she needs to give an explanation. Come on now, like, were you asleep on the job? You only have one job, man. You only got one job. um Mario, the movie just started production. I wonder how many people will die from this movie. Yeah, I don't know either. um Matt the King, sad news indeed, sad news indeed. um Benjamin, why would any real ammo be on a movie set? You use blanks. Yeah, definitely. Um, Ala Yeshua, wow, sad prayers to her family and friends. A preventable thing to happen, especially with multiple safety precautions in place with prop masters. Right, as I mentioned, this thing should not have happened. This is preventable. Right, um, and they should have taken that into consideration before the camera started rolling, before everything, before you shoot a scene. Every time before you shoot a scene, um, it can't be just like something that you do at the beginning of the day and that's it. No, 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 no. Whenever you're about to handle a gun, in a scene, before and after, you gotta check, you gotta double check, you gotta triple check. That is very important. So somebody was asleep at the wheel. Let's put it that way. Benjamin says this is crazy. This is crazy indeed. Um, Mood says misfired generally describes a situation where weapon fails to fire. Not sure that term applies here. Okay. Um. Wow. Look at this, guys. Alec Baldwin was holding up. Now, again, I'm sure Deadline is still updating their stuff. As the update rolls in, and we'll hear more as the updates come in. Maybe this might not be the case that Alec Baldwin was holding the gun. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe we don't know. We don't know the context of that either, of what happened that led up to that. So I'm looking forward to hearing more details about it. But one thing is for sure, unfortunately, director of photography Halyna Hutchins passed away from this injury. It's just heartbreaking, bro. Heartbreaking. Um, a cinematographer this young with such promising career should not have gone too soon. Um, KX gave us a conspiracy theory here. Somebody slipped in real bullets. Very simple. Well, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, we can't jump to that conclusion. Johnny Smoke. Maybe they're testing a theory. Can you get away with murder? Oh, how to get away with murder? Right. The show. Um, but still, though, I don't want to kid too much. It's this is a sad news. It's very sombering and God, you know what? What usually happens though, more often than this, is uh, stunt people died. The stunt woman on the set of Deadpool 2. I think she was a biker. That's an example. That was like a few years ago. Usually, you hear when there's death on the set, it's usually stunt people, right? Accidents. They were doing their stunts. They were jumping from a third story building, whatever, and then fall to their death, what have you, whatever the example may be. Uh, but accidents like this, by a prop gun, a misfire, whether it be blank or live round, it's rare. I don't think you have heard this new kind of news in a while, since Brandon Lee probably. So this is like when this happens, it's like a shock around the world. Like, holy crap! I thought this was a thing of the past. I thought we've like moved past this kind of mistake, but apparently not. And hopefully moving forward, there is some stricter guidelines. Hopefully, on what needs to happen on movie sets. You know what I'm saying? Uh, in terms of safety precautions, in terms of prop gun safety, there needs to be something that would prevent this kind of stuff from happening again. It can't. I hope this is not just like, oh my god, that's sad that she died, and then, all right, next. No. I hope there is some sort of like guideline among the studios as to safety on their movie sets. Hopefully, this is something that could be um, a benchmark to that, I guess, if you will. Um, Man, I thought Alec killed enough people from Pearl Harbor, but here it is again. Pearl Harbor joke. By the way, Pearl Harbor was a Michael Bay movie. Ah, my goodness. I did not like that movie. Jeff Ross, the comedian, said on the roast of Alec Baldwin, he said, Alec, I saw your movie Pearl Harbor, and it was worse than the actual Pearl Harbor. By the end of it, I was rooting for the Japanese. Great joke, great joke. Um, Miles Styles, what if it got confused with another gun? That's possible theory. Maybe somebody brought out an actual gun on the set and got switched with the prop one that Alec was handling. I'm just throwing it out there. These are all just theories. Who knows? That we don't have the details yet. Um, Benjamin, a prop gun implies there probably aren't a lot of safety guidelines. It's supposed to be not real. Well, there should be more safety guidelines. At least in my opinion, I think so. I think we should not fall to the assumption that, oh yeah, nothing's gonna happen. There hasn't been anything happening since 1993, since Brandon Lee. So let's just lay back and do this shooting scenes. No, no, come on now, come on. Well, especially if you're in Michael Bay movies. If you're doing Michael Bay movies, man, you better have some like double checking, triple checking, because that guy loves explosions. Miles Styles, right? Um, So yeah, this is horrible. This is devastating. I just wanted to share with you this news before I go back to editing my new video reviews. And hopefully we'll hear some more updates, some more clarifications on the context of what happened on the set, why Alec Baldwin was handling that gun, or who was to blame for all this and whatever. And right now there doesn't seem to be more updates than what has happened in the past hour. That Halyna Hutchins unfortunately had died not long after being transported to a hospital in Albuquerque. So, um, Alaf Yeshua, they check for safety before handling weapons, then check after, then they check when cleaning, then check when before getting to set factors. Uh, some people used to be for scene starts. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like all those checking protocols. I don't think there's I don't think you can be too careful. You know what I'm saying? You can't be too careful. Like if you got to do it before and before and after and again and before and after again, by all means, whatever prevents somebody from dying on the movie set. I'm okay with like going excessive when it comes to checking and double checking and triple checking prop guns on the movie set. I'm okay with that. I think Hollywood should be okay with that, and there should be a guidelines moving forward. This kind of accident should not have happened again in the future. Should not happen again in the future. And the way to make sure that doesn't happen is that there needs to be uh, a doubling down on safety protocols, most definitely. So, okay, guys, that's it from me today or right now. I'm gonna go back to editing my video reviews. Please stay tuned because I'll be posting a new review tonight and also tomorrow morning. And coming up next week, there's also the review of Army of Thieves. Remember Army of Dead prequel? All right. Yeah, I'll be posting that on Tuesday. The embargo lifts on Tuesday. So stay tuned for my review of Army of Thieves on Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody in the chat room, I appreciate it. For those of you who didn't get to chat with me right now, please share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of this topic? What do you think of this news, this devastating news? Share your also, rest in peace comments for cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. And my thoughts and prayers go out to her families who must be absolutely devastated by now. So, yeah, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's rock this. Oh, somebody want to have a good day, chat.